Hello guys, welcome back to my video. And in today's video I'm gonna talk about something about the game, that I don't know how it got some rages. I just watched videos about the chat, and there are some people that are saying that people that get triggered or getting salty there should be banned, and this is I don't want to say stupid, but this is like a, a very exaggerated statement, and and we will talk even other stuff. This is like very exaggerated. Like if I push, I should get banned. Basically, this is what the guy said, and this thing is very exaggerated because I can understand if you're in a PvE game or like a calm game. But what do you expect? This is a competitive game. Of course people are going to be racist and stuff. I don't say it's nothing wrong about, but banning people for these things I think is a little bit exaggerated, because it still is the part of the game. Each thing said in the game, if you're like this, you should really not listen in them. You should go, so, oh well, okay, I don't like this kind of behavior. Well, I'm gonna not listen in them. I'm not gonna pay them attention. This is even how in real life things works. You don't have to give them attentions, because if you get salty, even if you get banned, these people will still try to do these things, and will still do what they are doing. The best way to resolve this problem is, like, not giving them attentions. This is like the best way on how to react in this kind of situations, and not ban those guys, because getting salty in a game for competitive like World of Tanks is kind of normal. Is very average. Is a very normal thing to do, and it's not a thing that you should get banned for. I mean, there are literally worse things that Wargaming doesn't even care. For example, like account sharing, or like doing rerolls. They are literally not caring about this stuff. But as soon as I say something stupid on the internet that nobody cares, I should get banned for it. Damn, this is very extreme, a very extreme statement to do in an online game. And as I said, it's very normal to people to get raged when you're playing a very stressful game like World of Tanks. Is normal, is average, is not something super, super extreme, like you shouldn't do that. It's normal. It's World of Tanks not able to do their job and keep the game toxic. Because the toxicity, where does it came from? Toxicity in the game wasn't always a thing. It was more, a thing that is from recent years. And why so? And why so? Because the game keeps getting more stressful, and is a thing that you can see in lots of games that are PvE. They are not toxic. Why? Because there is no competition in it. The game is not toxic. The game that has normal events. The game has doesn't have premium OP tanks. The game doesn't have a shitty manager, shitty moderators in their server. The game is fun. The game is something very good to be proud about to play. It's not like World of Tanks that you play, you roll in a tank, and you can get 3, 5, 6, 7 autoloaders. You can get OP tanks like Stir VKS, OBG-770. You get a mission that you need to kill. That you need to kill tank destroyers, you need to kill mediums, you need to throw away your battles to do your clan missions, or you're getting kicked from the clan. Is a thing that when these people talk about, they're not considering it. They're not considering about, okay, you should not be toxic. Okay, so what we do? Ban the chat, ban the people, like what Wargaming always thinks to do about. Ban the people, ban the chat, ban here, ban that one. Why? Why we didn't think about? If we keep saying those things, the best way to fix World of Tanks, please, is to uninstall it. Uninstall it, because you will never see someone happy about something, because there are people that they are angry about paying for a tank that is not broken. There are people that are angry because the tank are broken. And all these things just adds up and makes the game toxic or not toxic. And you say, well, but this doesn't really care if a game is toxic or not. And it really does. Because if the game wasn't toxic, if the game didn't have OP premiums, if the game didn't have rigged matchmaking, if the game didn't have full autoloaders, if the game didn't have lots of things, probably the game wouldn't even be toxic. Because as all other years, the game wasn't that toxic. The game was just a normal game that everybody played, everybody was fine about it, it was fun, you just roll out, do battles, you didn't care about stats. Even stat padders are actually a reason why the game is such toxic. Because stat padders go there and doesn't care about your game, they just care about farming stats. And they are ruining experience, they ruin everything. And of course, stat padders, not only about that, stat padders are even, salty and shit. And so of course you're gonna be salty and shit, because you see those kind of players that are, like, they are the biggest players in the game. Why shouldn't I be like them? Why shouldn't I? And you go toxic. It's always a thing. It always happens. And it's because of these guys, okay? And we are dead because, we tried our best. It's always it's not something that you can fix. It's human instinct. Everybody has stress. Everybody has something, needs something to take out this energy, stress, because keeping it is not very good. Everyone has it, and of course here in the game, I think, in my opinion, you can do it. There's nothing wrong about it. If you don't like it, I mean, if you get offended, of course you can report. But first of all, Wargaming really doesn't care. Second of all, you can just turn the chat off, because I think you can't actually ban people in real life, okay? You can't ban people in real life. And when you're so, very, I don't say snowflake, but there are people that are more easily offended, maybe for right reasons. Maybe they had a traumatic experience. They are fragile. They can't ban people in real life. They really can't. And this is a thing that actually people has to learn about. If you don't like a stuff, if you don't like a thing, just don't fall for it. Really, it's that simple. Is it that effective? Just don't fall for it. If you see someone insulting you in a game, just don't listen to them. They will stop immediately, because they don't feel the satisfaction to actually insult you, and they will stop. Because if you don't listen to them, they don't have any reason to insult you, or just for self reasons probably. But if you don't listen to them, which is the reason? Which is the reason, that they can insult you? They will insult you. They feel happy about it, because these people feel happy about insulting you. So, you know, bad shot for mine. Yeah, bro. The reason is no one, because if you don't listen to them, as I told you, you will be happier. Your life will be happier, and everybody will go home safe and sound. You know. But if you listen to them, you keep getting offended and stuff. Imagine doing it in real life, okay? Imagine trying to ban someone in real life because he insulted you. Imagine doing it. You won't get far away, trust me, because it's not like something that is good, but is something that you should learn. I think even if you're young, even if you're very young, and maybe you say like 12 years old, you should learn about this, because you can't mute people. You really can't mute people. You can't ban people. You can't do it. It's not a thing that you can do in a game, in real life, okay? But it's a thing that you need to learn to actually, you know, don't fall for these traps. Don't be, you know, like, okay, yeah, not the greatest battle here. Well, I'm going to surrender. Well, we tried our best. So, this is my... Here, I could just insult him, but I'm reasonable lots of times, and I don't stay here just to insult people. I just try to enjoy the game. You know, the game is not enjoyable in this period, and I'm just trying to enjoy the game. But there are immature people, usually stat padders. That's what we'll talk about it later. That are going to always trash talk about people because they lose stats, they lose the win rate, they lose their damage, and they are angry. You know. So a part of this briefing on how it's irresponsible. I mean, not irresponsible, but not with lots of this sense, saying stuff like that. How we could actually try to mitigate this problem, because they keep saying fix. You cannot fix this. The game will always be toxic. The game will help, even if you are not toxic in the chat in the game. It will be toxic outside the game. Discord, other stuffs. You can be toxic nearly everywhere in this game. Okay, nearly everywhere. Nearly everywhere. Every stuff you can think about, you can be as toxic as you want. Because, first of all, it's kind of impossible to actually... Oh, yeah, this is good. Oh, let me just try this. Sorry guys, but super Pershing in HD is really awesome. It's a stuff that is not easy to control and is very easy to provoke. So, how we can try to mitigate this problem? First thing first, make the game... I don't want to say less competitive, but even less stressful will sound so vague. Wouldn't mean anything. So I will just stick around and say, make this game less. I mean, let me just find the phrase to say it to you, because it's not competitive, but it's not but it's not only stressful. I will tell you an example. You know, events. You know, like maybe to raise tier run events, you need to do a certain amount of damage. Okay, I remember the FV 2101, the tier 7 British heavy tank. You needed to do 2500 damage each game for like 40 battles to get it. Okay. How can something like this doesn't don't influence on how the game is toxic? Well, I will give you a reason on why this influences on how the game is more toxic. First thing first, of course, more I would even say more useless events, because it's literally useless doing an event like that, influences on free-to-play players that wanna try to enjoy the game, but they have to do these impossible missions. I mean, for me, it's not a problem. I will do it, but I'm not talking about only me, and I'm not talking about only good players. I'm talking about the vast majority of players that are going to try to enjoy the game, but oh heck no, you can't, because Wargaming it needs the money, you know? And they're gonna throw you a tank that sells like 10 euros for a stupid amount of damage that you need to do to get it. It's super stupid, and it will fix lots of problems. I'm not saying only that event, but make events easier, okay? Maybe less rewards, okay? But easier for the players to get it. I mean, a good example, not the best example, but a nice example would be the World of Tanks Marathon, you know? I know, you're gonna say, it's pay to win, you need to pay the stages. Okay, fine. But one thing is paying the stages, and one thing is not getting the tank because you can't get the event, you know. Other stuffs, second stuff, a part of gaming the game less, I would say stressful, okay, because it's a stressful situation and players cannot get the tank, you know. And this doesn't even, you know, this won't even make Wargaming lose money, because what they're going to earn about an half decent tank, or maybe the least, what they're going to earn about $5, they're going to buy me a coffee. I don't even want to lose anything about this. And it would make the game way less toxic, because as players, we know, okay, I just need to play a bit, but I will get the tank. Even though I'm a 48, I will get the tank. I will be able to get the tank, and I'm not going to do like, I won't need to do like spending days or nights or just grinding, or just be super focused and do 3k damage when not lots of players can actually do on your turn. This will fix lots of problems in just one move. Second thing that I'm going to talk about is this thing. This thing, the win rate, the VN8, the VN7. Try or mitigate, or if you can, just delete it. Just delete it. This, I think, if you ask lots of toxic players why they are toxic or why they are so angry about, tons of players will say, because it ruins the stats of my account. It's a super, it's very common, okay? It's super common. It's very, very common to, the reason it ruins my account stats. And for not for lots of players, but for the most experienced player, they know that VN8 doesn't really count in the game. But there are lots of players, lots of stat padders that are the biggest problem of toxicity in this game, that they will want stats. They don't want to lose stats. They want to just keep improving stats, and they want to just, doing better and better. That is good, okay, doing better and better. But hey, if you already told that's good, what is the problem about it? The problem about it is getting better and better, of course, is more competitive. And what brings more competitiveness? More stress. And what brings more stress? More insults. This is basically the easiest way to explain this. But this is like the biggest stuff about toxicity in this game. Stat padders, rerollers, lots of those players are just way more toxic than normal players. because they cannot enjoy the game like how it is. They just enjoy the game for how they perform instead. And this really makes even normal players more toxic, because there are some clans that asks VN8 as a normal stat. They don't ask activeness, they don't ask, uh, being funny. They ask VN8, they ask statistics. They want those things. And I can even understand why they want those. Because of course you think that the player will perform better, and better players, the clan will rank higher in tournaments, and etc, etc. But this makes the game really toxic, and the competitiveness always makes things more stressful. It's not only about in the game, it's even about real life examples. If you stay in a competitive field, of course you're gonna get more stressed. And what's a thing that you do to avoid stress? It's not get rage, but try to do something to mitigate your stress. Or for some players, not some players, but some people will actually perform even good on stress because they are used to it. But not everybody is used to stress, and not everybody likes to be stressed. So why Wargaming doesn't actually try to eliminate at least stats? They're completely useless in the game, and they are really really toxic for the game, because they make the players more nervous, and they bring, rerollers, stat padders, tryharders. They bring everything about the game that isn't healthy, you know. Another thing that I'd like to point out, that is the third step, is of course preferential matchmaking. I'm not talking about the initial preferential matchmaking. I'm talking about a thing that makes me really angry sometimes. That is the YouTubers slash good clan preferential matchmaking. Why I'm talking about this, and why I always talk about this? Because they of course will say that they don't have it, but maybe they even don't know how they have it. But Wargaming, I know 100% sure that for community contributors they give preferential matchmaking, and easy. Even if someone doesn't know how to explain it for game purposes, you of course know how to explain it for company purposes. Of course, they make the game feel nicer. They make the game look better. They make the game look, more enjoyable from these YouTubers. They play, and they play good, and it makes you wonder, maybe it even happened to me. Like, I saw World of Tanks replay. I said, damn, this game, he played really good. I want to try it out. And you get blasted by those players because they have preferential matchmaking, and sad you don't. Because you're not them, and you don't give money to Wargaming, you don't give visual to Wargaming, etc, etc, etc. And this is the third step. Even good clans, probably for testing purpose, but yeah, that's even another stupid thing, that they make these players test tanks in their live server. It's super stupid. But if we have to talk about all these problems, we're gonna stay here for hours. So I'm gonna go for, I think, the last step that is more obvious. Is like, don't make the tanks broken. Don't make the tanks broken and keep the game balanced. Is another thing that makes the player angry, super angry about it. Lots of players are rage quitting about the game. Not just occasionally rage, okay, not just like one-time insult. People are getting out of the game for this. Fix the damn game. Fix the damn tanks. Don't make us say thousands of times that a tank needs to be fixed, that a tank needs to be balanced. It's so annoying. It's so annoying knowing that a company like Wargaming doesn't even know how to fix a tank, or they just don't want to. It's super annoying. It's very annoying. It's so easy to fix that they probably, if they actually tried, they're going to make the game way better. Way better. And I'm not talking about only normal. I'm not talking only about premium tanks, okay? I'm talking about the Tech 3 tanks. And another stupid, very stupid stuff that I see in this game is just fix the tanks. For example, Minotauro, tank destroyer. Look, guess who is sniping? Minotauro sniping with the Minotauro because Wargaming told him that Minotauro is a tank destroyer. Why? Minotauro should be an heavy tank. It shouldn't be a tank destroyer. It should be an heavy tank. Why? Because it's a heavy tank. It plays like a heavy tank. It doesn't play like a tank destroyer. And I understand that they can do this for maybe balancing issues, like maybe they don't wanna, maybe for the matchmaking. But it's so stupid. It's so stupid. You cannot put Minotauro tank destroyer, T-124 tank destroyer. It's stupid. It's so damn stupid. You cannot do it. It makes, first thing first, people nervous because they, even on your side and even on their side. Why so? Because the, okay, you play a battle. Maybe it's easier to explain it. You play a battle. Or you're just chilling. You're doing 4k damage on a E100. Okay, that's good. That's very awesome. You feel good. You feel not toxic about the game. And you need help, you need help. And you see a Minotauro camping. I mean, what I'm doing is right, okay? Is right, because I'm not camping. I'm moving. I'm making me to be a pain in the ass for these guys just staying here. But you see a Minotauro camping in the spawn. You see an E100 camping in the spawn. You see an T110E4 camping in the spawn. And you think that these won't make the game more toxic? Why the fuck you camp on a Minotauro? It is not supposed. You're not supposed to camp in it. Minotauro is a heavy tank. It's not a tank destroyer. It really isn't. It really doesn't play like a tank destroyer. It really doesn't. Okay. So, fix the damn statistics about the tanks and fix the damn characteristics about the tanks. Even the type of the tank sometimes is wrong. And of course, I'm not even talking about how fix the tanks in the game. T57, 50B, TVP, lots of other tanks that are just way too broken for the game. Like, for example, why 50B has 4 shots, T57 is 3, if they gave 3 shots in the first place? Do not make the tanks does as damage as World of Tanks. Those are two complete different games, okay? Why the fuck 50B as World of Tanks tank gun and why T57 does not? I'm happy about it because T57 is very broken right now. Imagine with the 4th shot. But why this tank? Why TVP as World of Tanks gun? Intra clip damage per shot for 4 shots. Why the fuck? Why? These are the stupidest thing ever. Another thing, why Wargaming nerfed 5120? Why? Why they did it? Why? Nobody asked about it. This tank was trashed in the first place. Why nerfed it again? Why nerf it again when you have like a tier 7 tank? I thought I have it in the favorites. This thing that performs better by damage wise and wear rate wise about a 5120 against tier 9s. That thing does 1600 damage each game. This thing does 1700 with less HP, with less damage, but it has more damage per minute. I think 300 damage less for clip. Why Wargaming? I'm raged now. I'm raged now to see these stupid balancing factors about Wargaming that keeps bringing the game. Another stuff that really I told him about, it's events. Okay, it's events. They're they're way out. Way out. For example, I made like 3 years about talking not talking bad, but trying to suggest more balanced events for players to actually enjoy the game. No, they keep getting worse. That's even why the game is so toxic, because they keep getting worse. There's nothing more fun about playing World of Tanks Blitz in 2023. I mean, you saw some good battles, but remember, I'm not an average player. I can do this stuff. And for me, lots of these things are not even a problem. For maybe for we can say for Druidals, one thing in mind that as a Dex is a decent player, for him those things aren't a problem. For Maisie 69, we can talk even other players. For them, those aren't the problems. The problem is for the vast majority of the player that cannot compete at this. I mean, for me it's fine if you nerf me Annihilator. For me it's absolutely fine. I mean, I don't even play this thing much. I don't play it. I have 72 battles. I have a 77% win rate, 2,400 damage per game. I perform even better than tier 8s. We have a tier 7. Probably even better than a tier 9. This is a thing that makes people nervous about this game. And, of course, if someone plays bad, so if you like, we can add a fourth one. Fix matchmaking. Because there are some battles where I had the difference about the combined matchmaking 10%. We had 45% combined and they had 55. They broke our asses. They literally destroyed us. And what's good about it? Of course people are getting toxic. And that was a battle with with a clan that has preferential matchmaking that makes people even more salty. Just try to fix about this. Maybe you can try to do, you can try to do something like the ranked battles with each time you win or each time you lose, you gain something, you gain a rank. I mean, probably you can make something battles and victories. Something like battle victories damage per battle. You can mix this up and doing a statistics that won't be used as a statistics in the game because it would be kinda useless because battles are not included when a player looks your accounts. Mix those things up and they have a rating on this. If this rating of course goes up, you will encounter players as all your same level. Of course, maybe you have to do a multiply or thing because, of course, if I have 22,000 battles and I have 40, if someone has like 10k battles and 55, that will kind of meet up. But that is wrong, of course, because the 40%, of course, needs to improve, And you really need to look up the matchmaking. I'm trying to give something, but of course you need to work behind it. And fifth one that I saw in a lot of games, Armored Warfare, World of Warships, lots of other games, make a damn it PvE mode, a mode against environment, a game mode against bots, a game mode that this thing alone would really fix tons of problems in this game. Because I know we're going to play a bit in the game, and I got salty, I got angry, I can get very angry about the game. I can go play some PvE. I don't have to quit the game. I don't have to quit the game, open Armored Warfare, play PvE, and say, damn, Armored Warfare is a way better game than World of Tanks. I don't have to do it. I can say, well, Blitz as a PvE mode. Maybe you alone against bots. Or 2 free players. You can make it even in Platoon, okay? Probably in Platoon is way better because you can have so much fun. You can have so much fun in it. And just implement it. What does it cost for you? You don't have servers enough powerful to run it, and it's kind of impossible because it would take some players really out to actually counter bots. So less players to the machine to actually perform. Because if you make, for example, a game like World of Warships that has like an asymmetrical battle that you are 5 against 10, of course, here you can do like 3 against 7, or maybe 4, maybe 4. 4 probably is way better. 4 against 8, you will see that the game has actually to load less players in the game battle. You didn't even need the less of the same amount of the players in the battle. So there are tons of, but even here, we could still keep talking about this. There are so many things that can mitigate, not fix this problem in the game. Mitigate, not fix. Mitigate, because toxicity, unless you're a single player, and of course nobody cares about that, because of course you play a single, you're toxic with yourself, and nobody cares. In a multiplayer game, there will be always a bit of toxicity. Always. On the Discord, on the game, on other things, maybe on YouTube. There are way, 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 way. You don't even have an idea how many ways you can be toxic in this game. But really, doing something about this for Wargaming is really, I think, if they want, but they don't care about it, if they want, they could really fix it very easily. And for you guys, I think that I really suggest you, as a my level, players will tend to be more toxic. So you will learn how to mitigate that. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Don't play. I mean, on randoms, you can't say don't play with them, but on randoms, you will encounter probably way less. And even on my battle, nobody was toxic. Nobody even write it in the chat. So it's not a thing that always happens. But they are putting so many energy about fixing this when it's not even fixed, because of course people are still talking about it. That is so energy wasteful that you can really do lots of other things and actually make the game even better. So make the game even way less toxic than what it already is. So guys, this is probably the last minute. As you saw, I played 2 free battles with the new tank. The TS-60. Doesn't seem a bad tank. Maybe I played it bad, maybe I played it good. Doesn't seem a bad tank. It's fine, but as always, Wargaming makes the tank too much expensive, and this tank is not for everybody. So just wait until it exits out, maybe grab it. It's not a bad tank. And for the Rammer Tanker, we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye guys!